And this is Rohan, and today, we're back with the tunnel punishment, but I have a little, tutorial part, I guess you could say. Thanks to, playing this game a lot, I did learn about some interesting things, but as you probably tell by the title, we're going to be looking at all the rare mutation percents, because I have attuned all of them, and I've learned how to get them all too, so I hope that I can help other people who are chasing out these percents to make use of fun. Yes, okay, it's always good when you know how to get all the personas in the game, right? So anyway, there are 5 of them in total, and we're going to talk about how to get all of them. So most people know that in this game you can get, let's look at analyze. Let's look at personas. So most people know that, you have the minor arcana personas. But there's actually 5 personas that can mutate from other personas, but are actually part of the major arcanas. So and that's who we're going to be talking about today. So let's start off with the easiest, and that's going to be Lugh of the Emperor Arcana. So Lugh, he's pretty simple. What you need to do is you need to go to the Amano Torifune when Menanin starts appearing as a demon. So let's go back to do that. And he's Magician. And you see her. So you run into this guy. He starts appearing in the Minotaurfune, and if you can't find him then, he's also in Sumaru Castle, and you can obviously get him in the area shutter later. So if you can make him happy and make a pact with him, you can ask him for info, and then one of the infos will basically tell that Ildana is able to mutate into Lugh, because Ildana, his true form is actually Lugh. So Ildana's not too bad, because I'm pretty sure you get the iron to fuse him not too far into the game. I think you can get it on the boat. So you can fuse him and then you can start mutating him. You can also use Tatsu to do that, because when you are at the Monitor Fune, you'll have Tatsu on your side, so he'll have the best affinity. You can even give him Mutation Gear, which I highly recommend trying to get. You should be able to get at least one Mutation Gear. There's a side quest, or there's a Rumor Demon. You need to kill, let me double check the name. Gudon, that's his name. So he's one of the Rumor Demons, the last one in the game. In fact, you kill him, and then the reward for that quest is a Mutation Gear. But you can also get Mutation Gear from the Sweet Sticks, as long as you have one that, you have the one that gives accessories, which I would recommend anyways. So anyway, let's go back to Ildana. So like I said, you mutate Ildana, and then he'll become Lugh. And then once you do that, Lugh is able to be fused normally. And this actually carries over to New Game Plus 2, which is nice if you want to just get the persona without the hassle. So we can talk about Lugh a little bit. If you see my playthrough, you know how good he is, because his mutation skills Hieroglyph, and he has some pretty good resistance too. He can get Smagarda, he gets Bright Judging, he gets Deathbound. I'm pretty sure he returns with the Kaja card. He's a very solid persona. You can make him quite strong this one with like an all card and stuff. A pretty good choice for your dudes in the party, except for Katsuya. But anyway, that's the easy one though. Now let's go on to the harder ones. We're going to start off with the Justice Arcana and Pallas Athena. So Pallas Athena, there's a couple of things you need to do to prepare. So let's talk about that a bit. So what you want to do is you want to fuse Skahar, and you want it to mutate. But before you do that, there's something I would recommend doing. So well, first, there's actually 2 things I recommend doing. So let's go back and analyze the persona, because I don't think I have this persona around. Now I believe what you need to do is you need to get Sarasvati, and the reason for that is normally Skahar becomes Sarasvati with the mutation. As I'll go and double check. So what you're basically doing, if by getting Sarasvati, is you're basically blocking Skahar from becoming Sarasvati. So, and that's obviously going to help you out a lot if you want to get Pallas Athena. So and there's 2 things I recommend doing once you do get Sarasvati. So and also another thing about Sarasvati is that you can get her from basically, actually only 4 personas become Sarasvati, and that's Beelzebub, Isis, Skahar, and Ouroboros. So yeah, just use any of those, get Skahar. Well, not there. Use one of those, you get Saraswati. Get Saraswati to max rank though, because yeah, for some reason, the personas will still turn into minor arcana persona if for some reason the minor arcana persona is a max rank. That's what's happening to me before with Seth, which we'll talk about later. So yeah, get Saraswati to max rank, but there's another thing you can do to help yourself out. I recommend summoning a poltergeist. I should have a poltergeist around, so let me go ahead and get him out. I'll show him. You want to get this guy to max rank too, because I know this could be just a placebo effect, but I feel like with him around, I get the rare mutation personas a lot easier. I think that might have something to do with the fact that sometimes the persona is able to mutate into poltergeist after like many mutations. He did also help me confirm another thing, but yeah, just have poltergeist around when you chase out these guys. I feel like it just makes your life a lot easier. You also get Saraswati to max rank, and then yeah, you should be able to get Pallas Athena from Skahar, and this is easily the easiest one to get because Skahar has best of thing with Lala, so it won't take that long, especially with the mutation kit and the Red Dragon Fortune. So yeah, and then, yeah, once you do that, you can get Pallas Athena, who I didn't fuse in this playthrough, but oh well. She's not too bad either. She has some pretty good resistance too. Repelling, Havoc, and Sword is nice as well. Her skills are alright. Turret Charge is definitely quite nice. Everything else is pretty alright. I can't remember what her mutation skill is though. I feel like I might have gone it in the last area because we were using her. Apparently it's Divine Children, so you can get like a light skill on her. Again, she's not too bad. She has a really cool design in this game too, and of course, being a Justice persona, that means that you can use Katsuya. So yeah. Pallas Athena, yeah, I got her, but my playthrough she's very easy to get. So yeah. What's not as easy to get though is Mott. So with Mott, you need Seth. Let me obviously show that. I was confused him. So yeah, the problem with Seth though is he's tower, and that means only Balfu, and Balfu doesn't have best ability with towers, so that means that this is going to be quite a painful experience. And yeah, you also need Dacta too, who I do actually have fused. And again, get Dacta to max rank. We'll also go over who can turn into Dacta as well. So Dacta, you can get Dacta from Hanuman, Seth, Varuna, and Wonglong. So only full zones there. And then once Dacta's max rank, you get the Poltergeist in the back. The Poltergeist actually did help me here. For some reason, Seth took a long time to mutate when it did have Poltergeist, but then once it did get Poltergeist, it was very easy. So then, once you do that, you can get Mott no problem. And he's of the Death Arcana. And it's pretty glaring that you need to. It's pretty glaring that you need to do something special for him because before he does appear, Charon's the highest level depth persona. He's only level 47, so yeah. So yeah, Mott, he's pretty decent too. The only problem is that only Balfu can use him, but he does repel light and dark, which is pretty cool. And his moves aren't bad either. There's a Megiddo, he has Deathbound. I think he gets Megiddo on as his mutation skill. And his stats aren't too bad either. Not a bad choice for Balfu, it's just that Balfu has a lot of good personas on his side in this game, so yeah. So yeah, that's 3 out of 5. So we're doing pretty good, but the problem is when you try to do the next one, and that's Zhu Yin. So here's the thing about Zhu Yin. I tried so hard to get Zhu Yin in my first playthrough, and it doesn't look that bad. You need Wonglong, and Wonglong has best affinity with Katsuya, so you think this wouldn't be too bad, but then you start running into a lot of problems, shall we say. But yeah, before that though, once again you need Dacta, so fusing Dacta is very important. So you want Dacta, get in a max rank, and then get the Poltergeist out too, because the Poltergeist really helped with this one. Because he basically gave me the answer I was looking for as to why I couldn't get Shuyin. So, Wonglong, you tried to mutate him. You'll find out that, well, he's not mutating at all once you adapt to max rank and you have Poltergeist around. You get him to, basically, you get everything. You get his mutation skill, you get him to all 99 stats, but then you'll notice that he never mutates anymore. And that's because, the the important thing I learned is that to get Zhu Yin and Michael, it needs to be New Game Plus. And again, there isn't really anything that tells you that. But yeah, once I was in my New Game Plus though, I set up Dagda, or I set up Wong Wong with everything I talked about before. Got Dagda to max strength, got the Poltergeist to max strength too, and then yeah, he was able to mutate into Zhu Yin. So yeah, remember this: Zhu Yin can only be gone in New Game Plus. And for some reason, yeah, the others do not need it. But yeah, Michael, I think, also needs New Game Plus as well, but there's a good reason why Michael will probably need New Game Plus. But anyway, so yeah, Yuri, and this is a persona that, yeah, you're not gonna see many people have because, again, it's New Game Plus only, basically. So he's pretty alright. He's kind of a weird persona, though, but there are definitely some pretty good things about him. So yeah, his resistors aren't terrible. I think they're the same as Cerberus's, so like he repels Ice, Zeo, or Bufu's Zeo Nuke. He's weak to wind, he's immune to earth, he resists line dark, resists the mind. It's alright. And then his moves aren't amazing because all he really does is breast skills, but there's Megaton Press. And Megaton Press, I believe, is actually the strongest physical skill in the game that isn't a fusion spell, as I'll double check here. It's actually tied, but the thing is, though, it's out of all of those, I believe it's the only one that is multi-target because it's powers the same as Viper Smash, but Viper Smash is single target, as well as Lightning Strike, which is also only single target. But that skill's kind of weird because it also does electrical damage. But yeah, it's also tied with another skill, Guillotine Fake and Twin Slash. Actually, Twin Slash, actually, no, Guillotine Fake is actually 2 power. Let's see. This is the strongest physical skill in the game that isn't a fusion spell. So that's cool. And yeah, it's slightly stronger than Photon Cannon, basically. So yeah, but this is the only persona that gets it. And then I believe his mutation skills Earthsanger, although on my fusion calculator, it actually says it's Affectionate Prayer, which is wrong. So yeah, or Harmful Prayer, as it be known. Because yeah, I did fuse the dude. He's in my persona stock. Because I thought, he'd be interesting because he's Duke in Plus only. So yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to have him around. But yeah, again, like I said, the reason why he doesn't appear for a lot of people is because it's Duke in Plus only. And again, that's hard to figure out unless you go out your way to try to get him like I was. Like yeah, I was reading online about people having problems getting this persona. They were basically saying the same things I was, with Wongol not being able to mutate and stuff. And then yeah, I think I happened to like stumble upon something that says, "Hey, this might be New Game Plus only." So then yeah, I decided to try Wongol one time, found out I could mutate, and then yeah, I'm like, all right, I'll try New Game Plus, see what happens, and then yeah, we were able to get them. So there you go. All right. And yeah, our last persona is gonna be Michael. So Michael is kind of strange. We'll talk about that in a bit. But anyway, you're gonna need Amritat, and yeah, Amritat is also a justice persona. But yeah, this is a bit annoying though because again, like Seth, Amritat isn't best of friends with anyone in this party at least. So yeah. So yeah, only great affinity with Maya and Ulala. So you need to keep that in mind. So with Amritat, the persona you need to fuse for her is Futsunomitama. That's the persona she normally mutates into, the minor kind of persona. And yeah, I do have Futsunomitama around. As I'll show here, again, get into max rank. Also have Poltergeist around too. Poltergeist once again really helped me out. And then yeah, if you're on New Game Plus, you should be able to get Michael. And yeah, I say that because basically you can only use Michael on New Game Plus. So yeah. So that's kind of why I said that. So let's go back and let's look at Michael. So the thing about Michael you'll notice is that no one can use Michael, which is kind of funny. So yeah, Michael is Eriko only in this game, kind of like Persona 1, where Michael was Ultra Persona. So yeah, that means EX Dungeon only for Michael, but hey, because yeah, you might be able to guess that yeah, you'll be able to use Erica in the EX dungeon. So yeah, that's why I say only get New Game Plus, because even if he wasn't New Game, you wouldn't be able to use him anyway. And then when you get to New Game Plus, I mean, technically you could save. The thing about getting these rare mutations that yeah, they do save over to your next playthrough. It's just that yeah, again, it's like if I can't make use of Michael in my new gameplay, might as well just get New Game Plus, right? So yeah, that's the idea. So yeah, he's Erica only, but he is pretty solid because he repels all magic. And he has some pretty decent skills, being Hieroglyph and Mickey Dolan. Yeah, if you could get this guy for like. The problem is that again, in the main story, he basically can't do anything because he's too high leveled before Ellie disappears from your party. So yeah, so you can't really do much about that. Apparently, his mutation skill, it says his nuclear missile. I could believe that, but yeah, well, I guess we'll find out when we do play the extension because yeah, I did use a Michael for that. So yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. Again, the main hurdle is that yeah, a lot of these personas can only be got on UK Plus, and yeah, you basically get no warning on that at all unless you know basically. So yeah, but yeah, I hope that yeah, the other tips I had also help out. Again, I recommend getting mutation, maybe getting multiple too from the sleep sticks as well could be useful, especially if you just want to mutate a lot of personas. Um, and yeah, it's not too bad to win that either. Later on in the game, you should have enough to buy 99 of the magazine, and then yeah, equip Maya with a persona as 99 luck. Pixie is a good choice, but on the game, if you have personas that have cap stats, you can use those as well. You can also get Miracle or check for Maya at the casino as well. Yeah, having a lot of luck on Maya definitely helps out as well. You can even raise the luck too if you really want as well. And then yeah, you can get those mutation gears, and of course get these personas to the person that vested obviously, so you have the higher chance of mutation. And then yeah, and then for Zhu Yin and Michael, you need to be on UK Plus. So yeah, again, I don't know if Michael is exclusive to UK Plus, but that's gonna be, I think that's an educated guess right there, because in that again, you basically can't use Michael outside of the EX dungeon anyway, so it's fine. Anyway, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about here. So yeah, that's how you get the 5 rare mutation personas in Eternal Punishment. So yeah, and yeah, that is thanks to the fact that yeah, I was able to that was thanks to the fact that yeah, I was able to find this from all the playing I did with this game. So yeah. So I hope this is useful if you'll also think about getting Zhu Yin and Michael as well in Eternal Punishment. So yeah. And yeah, again, and the other 3, yeah, Lugh is very easy because again, you can get the info for him, and it's pretty obvious what you need to do then. And then yeah, Pallas Athena and Mott, again, you can actually get them in new game, which I did. So yeah, so yeah, no problem there. So yeah, that's how you get all of them. So, and again, there isn't much info on the fact that yeah, Zhu Yin and Michael is Duke Bolsoni. So yeah, I want to show that as well as share the tips I use to make streamers quicker. It's still going to take a while as the thing. So yeah, you might want to have something else going on in the background as well, like a live stream or something like that. And if you're on emulator, maybe use that speed up feature too to make going through battles easier. So yeah. So that's all the advice I can give to get these rare mutation personas, and once you get them, you can have some fun with them. So yeah. So that'll be that. I'm gonna get back to working on my preparation for the EX dungeon, and yeah, I guess next time, yeah, we might be starting the EX dungeon too. At least next to Telepunishment part. So yeah, look forward to that, and I'll see you guys again for that.